girl Bree Nicole, and I'm back with another video. And in this video I'm going to be talking about how you can go to nursing school and work full-time or part-time if that's what you prefer. But I have had a lot of questions about how can I work and go to nursing school. A lot of people are clueless as to how they can get this done. I know a lot of y'all aren't traditional nursing students. You have kids, you have families that you have to take care of, so it's really hard to try to just go to nursing school and not do anything else because you have bills to take care of, and sometimes financial aid just doesn't cover all the bills for a whole semester, because I know like fall lasts from August to December, so you would have bills plus like Christmas, all those holidays, so financial aid just does not get the job done. So if you want to learn how to go to nursing school and work part-time or full-time, just continue watching and I'm gonna go over some tips with you guys. So first thing, I'm gonna give a little backstory on what I did when I went to nursing school. When I got accepted in the program, I had a 2-year-old son, so I did work part-time as a sales associate. I would work up to 32 hours each week. So I didn't make the full-time requirement because I never worked 40 hours, but I did work up to 32. Sometimes I didn't work that many hours. I would work like 24. It just depends. So my schedule was, so when I was in school, when I first started that very first semester, I did have class 2 days a week and clinical 1 to 2 days a week. But after that, I only had class 1 day a week and then clinical 1 to 2 days a week. So I would get a planner, I would write down all my class days, my clinical days, and then I would go to my scheduler at my job and I would write down the days I needed to be off, and then she would put me down all the other days that I needed. So I did work all the other days I was off. Like when I worked at that sales associate job, she would put me down for every day that I had off that week. So there would be weeks where I would have class Monday, clinical Tuesday, Wednesday, and then she would have me down that Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I would literally have a full week of doing stuff unless I told her like, hey, I need off this day just to study or get stuff done, run errands. But she would put me down like every day that I told her I didn't have something to do. So that could have been a good thing or a bad thing, it just depends. But I did kind of write down extra days that I wanted to utilize to study, and that's something that you can do as well. So that was pretty much how my schedule went when I was in the LPN program. Now when I went back to school for my RN degree, I was working PRN as an LPN. So it pretty much worked the same, but I was PRN, so I signed up for the days that I wanted to work. The scheduler just didn't put me down on all of my off days. I signed up for the days that I wanted to work. So that was a lot easier because I didn't have to tell her like, hey, don't put me down this many days because I have a test. So I signed up for all the days, which was really good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give some tips for you guys on how you can be able to work while in nursing school, because I know a lot of people are hesitant to even apply to nursing school because they just hear bad things about it's time consuming and you're not able to do anything or have a social life. So I'm just gonna go over a little more into detail about that. The first thing I put was apply to programs and get their brochures. They'll have like brochures for you. They won't go into detail about like class days and clinical days, but once you do apply and get into programs, they will send all that information to you. You can go in and talk to like the director or like the recruiters for the nursing programs to get information. You can ask those questions like, typically how many days are class days, how many days are clinical days. They can give you this information because they make these schedules. The people that are working in the office are the ones that are going to make these schedules for you. Not only the teachers, they all like work together. So a lot of people you see like in the offices, that when you're signing up, you'll see them in classes at different meetings. So go in when you decide on a program, go in and ask questions about typically how many days a week is class, clinicals, what day of the week. They can give you this information if you're interested in their programs. But like I said, nothing is like set in stone until you actually get in and you get like your class and clinical schedules. But you can go ahead and ask just so you can know, like, okay, I know it's typically 2 to 3 days a week that I'll be doing. So let's just say you are in the program and you have your class and clinical schedule. Once you get that schedule, get you a planner and write down everything that they give you. Write down the simulation labs, the class day, the test day, anything that they tell you to write down that you're gonna have to be off for. Write down those days. They usually do it semester to semester. So like when I was in school for the whole fall semester, they would give us a calendar of everything that we had to do. So you can go ahead and fill out your calendar from August to December, and then spring semester from January to May, summer semester from May to August. So they will typically have everything laid out for you when you first start, because they know people work, people have kids, people have families. So they usually try to be very accommodating and getting you these things on time. Usually like the first week of class, you'll have all of these dates. Unless there's a misprint, which in some cases it will happen where they do mess up like clinical days and stuff. They'll say, hey, we're gonna have to revise this clinical schedule and then re-put it out. But it usually only takes like 1 to 2 days, not long at all. So once you get that, I suggest writing everything down so that you'll know like how many days each week you can work. Next, I suggest like look on Indeed at all types of jobs. Try to look at all the options that are available to you. There are work from home jobs, sales associate jobs, part-time jobs. Try to look at all types of jobs just to see like what's out there and what can accommodate your school schedule. I know a lot of the work from home jobs are now popular because they're able to do like overnight shifts. Some jobs that are 8-hour shifts that are like 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. A lot of people find that accommodating. So just try to look on Indeed. Look for jobs that will accommodate your schedule. Like if you just need a weekend job, look for weekend only jobs. Look for overnight jobs or evening shift jobs. Just try to broaden your scope. Don't focus on one thing, but just try to look at several things that can accommodate you. Because I did have classmates that worked overnight, that worked the evening shift, that worked every weekend because they had bills to pay. So just find whatever accommodates you. Like myself, I worked only on my off days, so I did work 8-hour shifts on every day that I had off, and that's what worked for me. But you just have to find what works for you. So if you need full-time hours, you may have to do like the evening shift or nighttime jobs. If you have a morning nursing program like I did, if you have an evening nursing program, you may just have to work 7 to 3 and then go to school like from 5 to 10, however many hours your nursing program lasts. So just find jobs that will be flexible and will accommodate you while being in school. That's the hardest thing. Is I did have a manager when I was a sales associate that she was very flexible. If my schedule changed last minute, like when I said they had to revise the schedule, she was very accommodating. So just find jobs that will work with you, because you know you need to work, you need to make money to take care of your family back home, but you also need to get through this nursing program to get a better life for yourself. So just find a job that will accommodate you. If you only want to work part-time hours, search for part-time jobs. If you want to work full-time, search for full-time jobs and like the hours that you need. If you can't find a full-time job that accommodates you, get 2 part-time jobs. Like if you see a job hiring for Saturday and Sunday every week, you can get that job, and guess what, you can find another part-time job to accommodate your other days. So don't like be stuck on one job. I did know a person that worked like 2 part-time jobs just to get full-time hours. So you can do that. Just find something that's accommodating for you and that can help you out while in nursing school. And if jobs aren't flexible and aren't willing to work with you and help you, and they are doing more stressing you out than anything, just quit the job and find something else. Now that I am seeing more hiring signs on the receipts, on the bags, like out in the open, I feel like jobs will be more accommodating now than ever, because nobody really wants to work these days. So if a job's not helping you, just find something else. I know nursing school can be stressful enough than to have to deal with a job that's not gonna work with you and help you out while you're trying to better yourself, for not only you but for your family. So that's another thing I wanted to touch on. And the last thing I just want to say is stick to your schedule. When you make your schedule, also find time to study, because the end goal is for you to finish school and graduate. So find time to study, find time to spend with your family and kids, find time for yourself. It's not only about work and school, and I know you can get absorbed in that and feel that way, but also take days off for yourself and your kids. But just try to write out all your bills just to work enough to accommodate, you know, this is enough for my bills and I have this money left over for like entertainment, self-care day. You are going to get burned out very quickly if you are working all your off days from school. So I would suggest taking a day here and there every week to just have a self-care day. Have a day where you're not doing anything, or you're spending time with your kids, because you still need time for that as well. So those are all the tips that I have right now for you guys. And just comment down below what other videos y'all would like to see from me, and I will be sure to add them to my list of things to record. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other videos y'all would like to see, and I will be sure to get them out to you guys. So thanks for watching.